It's Tina from Empower Family Therapy. I wanted to jump on a quick video today and talk about something that I think holds a lot of people back from reaching out and starting therapy services, and that is they don't know what to expect. So I wanted to quickly talk about just a few things that you can expect from your first phone call and your first session with me or with most other therapists. Every therapist does things a little bit differently, but I will give you some information about how we do things at Empower Family Therapy. So first off, when you reach out to me, if you call me, you'll probably leave me a voicemail. I'm often in sessions or unable to get to the phone, so you'll most likely leave me a voicemail. You can also email me or text me with any interest that you might have. And what we'll do from there is we will set up a time to talk over the phone. I know it's difficult to catch people over the phone these days, so I usually schedule those initial phone consults so that you are sure that you have time in your schedule to sit down and have a quiet place that we can talk and figure out if this is going to be a good fit to talk about some things that are going on with you that you'd like to explore in therapy. So we'll set up that time, usually via email or text, and I will call you or you'll call me at our agreed upon time, and I'll just ask you some basic questions. I'll ask about you, about what you're looking for from therapy, about why you're calling now, what's making you want to reach out and get therapy at this point. What would you like to see change? Who would you like to be involved in your sessions? Questions like that. And I think the question that I ask the most frequently is, do you have any questions for me? Most people don't, but I always like to be sure to open that up so that you feel comfortable asking questions. And there's, no stupid questions in therapy. So we'll also discuss payment options. We'll discuss your thoughts and feelings on home-based therapy services that I offer, and we'll discuss scheduling. If you're ready to schedule right then and there, we can schedule our appointment over the phone. Some people prefer to take some time to think about it. They prefer to talk to their partner, their kids, whoever else. So if you want to take some time to think about it, that's fine too. You can always email me back and we can schedule when you're ready. Schedule, then I'll send you an email. In that email, I will confirm the appointment time that we agreed on, and I send along the consent forms ahead of time. I do this so that you can read it over at your leisure, so that you can come up with any questions if you have them, and that there's no surprises at our first session. It also saves valuable time in our first session so that we can just jump right in and not have to do a lot of boring paperwork. Yeah, so that's really the first call. Pretty simple. It's usually about 15 minutes out of your day. The consent forms aren't really that long, and it's pretty simple, not scary at all. So for then our first session, the first thing is that, I get this question all the time. You don't have to clean up your house for me. I swear, I don't care. So I will arrive at your home at our agreed upon time. I will usually knock on the door because ringing the doorbell if kids are sleeping during nap time or bedtime. So I'll usually knock. I'll come in and introduce myself and ask if I should take off my shoes and ask how your day's going. We'll usually go into the living room or the kitchen table or wherever is most comfortable for you. We start off with the paperwork again. I prefer to get that out of the way, that boring stuff. So you've already seen that paperwork, which is the nice thing. I'll answer any questions that you have. I'll just talk about a few key points there. And so we can all be on the same page, no surprises. And then we will just finalize some other things. We'll talk about scheduling stuff, and then we just jump right into what's going on. We'll pretty much just go more in depth with the questions that we talked about on our call. And it's really however comfortable you're feeling about talking and sharing. My biggest question is I'm here to help you reach your goals. So I'm going to help you try to identify what it is that you'd like to see change and how we can make that change happen. We typically meet for about 50 minutes, and then I usually save the last 10 minutes to wrap up and to discuss scheduling options. So at the end of our first session, I'll usually ask you if you'd like to schedule again, what your schedule looks like. It is totally okay if you don't want to schedule again. There's no pressure. I think it's similar to when you go to your hair appointment and they say, "Oh, do you want to schedule today?" or your dentist appointment, and you're like, "No, I want to wait." And it's fine. It's really not a big deal. I would rather for you to be sure you want to schedule than schedule and not be sure and then maybe cancel later. So our first session, it is as much you deciding if I'm a good fit and if me deciding if you're a good fit for my services. I want to provide the best therapy and support that I can to you, and I don't fit with everyone, and that's totally fine. So really just assessing goodness of fit. Research shows that the therapeutic relationship is the most important thing in clients seeing progress. It's not about the style of therapy or how long your therapist has been trained in a specific modality. It's really about your relationship with that therapist, and that is the priority. Um, so from there, we will discuss payment, and then I will leave, and you'll probably say, "That wasn't so bad." And maybe we'll meet the following week. Maybe we'll meet in 2 weeks. Maybe we won't meet again. And that's really how you start off with therapy. And it's really not that hard, and it's nothing to be scared of. So yeah, if you have any other questions about this or what it might look like, or and my dog, anything like that, please feel free to reach out at tina@empowerfamilytherapy.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.